Let's see how to configure some things in Git. In your home directory, there's a file called .gitconfig. All global configuration of Git happens in this file. So there's your default username and email address that marks your commits, any authentication settings you have set, the push rules, which by default is simple, and more importantly for us, you can set various tools, like a Diff tool, and for different subtools, you can set their options as well. So this can look a little confusing, but the important thing we want to look at here is these two lines here, which are currently commented out, Diff tool and merge tool. The idea is that the key things you want to do when you're examining changes is see what is different and what do I need to merge and how do I want to merge it in as easy to see a way as possible. Let me make two quick files here just to show the idea of merging. So let's say I got a file which is AAA BBB and I've got example B, which is AAA BBB DDD. I'm going to run a tool called Meld, which is available on Linux and Mac. There are other tools as well, but the interface for almost all the differencing tools is the same. So I'm going to give it two file names, A and B. And notice what it does is it shows them to me side by side, and it highlights the differences. So here's example A and here's example B. And it tells me, well, look, this line 4, DDD, is not in example A. And the first line, it mostly matches, but that last character is the same. So what I can do is I could say, click these arrows to apply a change one way or the other way. So I could say move this over there so that the two of them match. Notice it flashed green and then became the same. And maybe I want to delete that line there, and now the files are identical. I could undo those changes, of course, with Control-Z, or rather, I'll hit undo. All right, so now we're back to the beginning. So this is the idea of a visual differencing tool. And again, a standard one is called Meld. So the idea is that since Git keeps track of differences from change set to change set, from commit to commit, and occasionally you have to resolve conflicts between different people's commits, you want to tell Git that whenever this happens, it should launch a tool to apply those differences. So these are called out by the commands git diff tool, if you want to see the differences, or git merge tool. So let's read the man pages here. Git diff tool, show changes using common diff tools. And what's going to happen here is that you can choose the tool you want to use. So let me run git diff tool help to see what this can do. It's telling me here that git diff tool can be set to any of the following programs. These ones that are currently installed on my computer: emerge, meld, opendiff, and then vimdiff, since I use Vim as my editor. And I can set Git to use any of those in particular. Or ones that Git also knows about in general, but I don't currently have installed on this computer, are all of these down here. Or Access, BC, Code Compare, Delta Walker, etc. All of these are different things that people like to use in different computers. KDiff3 and Compare are available if you use the KDE desktop system. gvimdiff is a graphical version of vimdiff for Linux. I think Delta Walker and diff merge are Mac packages, and so on. So depending on which platform you like and which of these programs is your personal favorite, you can use any of them. Same thing with merge tool. Tool help. So merge tool can use the same tools. So whenever a you want to examine a difference or a merge, you can launch one of these tools and resolve the conflict manually in a way that's completely apparent to the human eye. So there shouldn't be any mystery about what's going on. Okay, so to set these, you can use the git config command, or you can use the git diff tool command. But I'm just going to do this sort of the old-fashioned way, which is just to edit my .git config manually. So in my case, I'm going to set my diff tool to be meld and my merge tool to be meld. And so these 4 lines here say the differencing tool should be meld and the merging tool should be meld, and now that's what Git will use. All right, so let me clear the screen and set up a repository so that we can see how to use these tools.